Hello GrazyTV fam and welcome back to Grazy News, and today we're going to be talking about real or fake. 36-year difference YouTube couple are getting a lot of hate right now. And woman returns to North Korea after 6 years through virtual reality. We got some crazy news that we're going to be talking about today, but you guys, check out my skirt. This is such a beautiful skirt. Look, what do you call this? Like a barrette pin? Birch pin or whatever? This is super cute. And my earring is heart pearls. I just felt super clean and just like really innocent today. Do you notice any difference in my hair? It looks super flawless and I cut the bangs myself. Anyway, my hair has been looking so silky and so smooth because I've been trying the new Function of Beauty hair mask, and I just want to say thank you to Function of Beauty for sponsoring today's video. You know, I've been talking about Function of Beauty for almost half a year now. I use Function of Beauty hair shampoo, conditioner, and treatments every single day, and honestly, I cannot go back to my normal shampoo anymore that you get at the drugstore. Function of Beauty provides custom hair care, body care, and also I heard that they have a skincare line now. All you have to do is take a quiz telling them what kind of hair type you have, your goals, and in my profile, I am a wavy hair, medium coarse hair, oily scalp. My goals is to have anti-freeze, nourish my roots, soothe scalp, strengthen, and volumize my hair. You could also choose the fragrance that you want in your shampoo. The one that I always go for is the Eucalyptus Mint because it smells amazing. It's a little bit minty, so it like gives a soothing scalp feeling. My hair goal for 2021 is to have this kind of luscious hair, so I'm trying to grow my hair out as well. Function of Beauty is 100% vegan, cruelty-free. There's no GMOs, toxin, paraben, sulfates. I also personally don't put any silicone into my conditioner because I think it weighs my hair down. But anyway, you have all these options that you can do with Function of Beauty. If you guys haven't tried it yet, you guys click the link down below to get 20% off your first order. Thank you so much to Function of Beauty for supporting creators. So the first story is crazy, you guys. When it first blew up a little while ago, I thought, you know, it's not a big deal, you know, it's like the internet, things go up and down all the time, but this case has been blowing up again recently and I just had to talk about it. So this YouTuber couple, their name is 다정한부부, which means the sweet married couple. First, they uploaded their video not too long ago. A shocking thing about the 다정한부부 is that they're not mother and son, they're not grandmother and grandson. They are allegedly at first a 25-year difference couple, stating that the wife was in her 60s and the husband was in his late 30s. This was a shocker because, I mean, a 25-year-old difference is a lot. I mean, not gonna lie, but at the same time, it's a shocker because the man isn't older, it's the woman that's older. And I know when the gender roles are flipped, usually it's a bit of a more shocker. They wear couple clothes, they live together, they eat together, and they pretty much work in like a little farm kind of thing that they have together. And at first, a lot of people were supporting them because they were like, yay, you know, this is unique. You know, if you are in love, like, go ahead, do your thing. Until there was couple evidence that was surfacing that seemed like possibly this couple could be faking it for views. But number one allegation was that clearly, you know, even if they said it was 25-year difference, it seems like it's a little more than 25-year-old difference. There were rumors saying that maybe the husband is a gold digger, maybe like wife might have like some kind of land and maybe that's why he's staying with her. Also, there's a video of him saying that, oh, a lot of people don't believe in us, so let's show us kissing. So that's what they do in the video. They kiss, and you guys, we know when a couple is in love, and this kiss seemed just, yeah, like he was just holding his breath or something. And a lot of netizens were pointing out that he's never smiling in his videos, you know, it doesn't seem like he's happy. But who knows, you know, there's a lot of people who don't generally smile. Like, I used to be like that, I used to never smile. So there's a documentary called 궁금한 이야기 Why, and they wanted to do a thorough investigation on this couple to see if this was real or not. So they did interview the couple, and come to find out, they do not have a 25-year difference in age. They have a whopping 36-year difference in age. So the husband, the guy, is actually born in 1984 or 1983. He claims that he has 2 birthdays. And the wife, her name is Miss Ok, is in her 70s. She was born in 1947. So that's 36-year age of difference. Another suspicious thing, they both claim that they met at a restaurant just like while they were eating, but come to find out that was a lie. They actually met at a place called Dabang. Dabang is an old-fashioned coffee shop in Korea. We'll talk about this a little more in a little bit. And his wife, Miss Ok, is actually 10 years older than his actual mother's age. Yeah. Now, the documentary crew talked to the neighbors around, and it seems to be true that the neighbors also saw them together for a while now. So the neighbors seems to be confirming their story. Now, also the documentary crew interviewed the friends of the husband, saying, you know, what is his behavior? Why is he doing this? And his friends claimed that ever since he was younger, he looked up to his parents a lot. And unfortunately, his father was really sick and he passed away. And that he was also a mummy's boy ever since he was young. You know, someone that is really like closely very mummy's boy, you know what I mean. And his mother later on developed cancer, so it was hard for him to lean on his mother. And that's when he says he found his wife, Miss Ok, and fell in love. It seems like to a lot of people that maybe he has this like confusion, and this is just my guess, my opinion, that there's some kind of like psychological probably explanation there, that he's just kind of getting confused with that motherly love and a romantic partner. And going into more suspicions, because a lot of fans were suspicious about this couple, the couple did confirm that 5 years back that they tried to have a baby. So they tried to get an IVF treatment 5 years ago, and the husband was 29 at the time and the wife was 65. And Miss Ok claims that she had her period menstruation until I believe she was 60. So she wanted to try to have a baby with him. They did claim that they were officially dating or together for 8 years. So this does seem to kind of prove that they've been together for exactly as long as they say. Another suspicion that a lot of people raised was that they don't have any older pics of them together. So if they've been together about 8 years, they should have some kind of picture a long time ago, but the only picture that they have or use on the internet is these 3 pictures. Now, they claim that this picture was a long time ago, but this cake that they had was actually a new cake that only came out in 2020. So this picture has to be very recent and not old. So it's really weird, like if you've been together for a long time, like why isn't there pictures? A lot of people are saying, but at the same time, you know, if they were a real couple, they seem to be a very quiet, like farm couple, so it's not like they're gonna take a lot of pictures. And she's very older, so it's not like she's on social media every day taking pictures. And we could kind of like bypass that part. So the real fire recently is not from their age difference, but it's about these allegations that came forward about Miss Ok. There was a comment left by a netizen claiming that she thinks that Miss Ok is a criminal. So apparently Miss Ok was running a tabang coffee shop, old coffee shop, as far as 30 years ago until about 8 years ago. But people are claiming that this wasn't a normal coffee shop. This is something called the ticket tabang, which is backdoor adult coffee shop. Wink wink, you know what I mean. Apparently there was also minors who worked there, and workers remember Miss Ok never giving them proper money or payment that they were supposed to receive, and they were claiming that she borrowed $700 from one of the workers and never paid them back. Eventually they claimed that Miss Ok ran away and the police were looking for her, and they're just really surprised that now she's on YouTube being this like sweet couple that they call themselves. Of course, Miss Ok denied everything. They did claim that it was true that she did work at a tabang or coffee shop, and that she does not know what happened to the workers and the customer that came and met after the working time, that whatever happened outside was not her responsibility. She was blaming her ex-boyfriend for spreading all these rumors about her, and the documentary crew actually found this ex-boyfriend, and he had a total different story than Miss Ok. Now come to find out, her ex-boyfriend was also 22 years younger than her. He claims to have met her at the coffee shop and he was going through a hard time, and she just swooped him in and he just fell in love. I guess she has some kind of attraction points. Now the ex-boyfriend claims that he's going through a very hard time because of Miss Ok. Now because she was caught running this illegal coffee shop, she had to flee with her then ex-boyfriend, and she had to lean on him for any living expenses. He claims that he had to pay her debts and all her expenses. He said he vouched for her, and because of this he's still owing money of her debts under his name. Later we come to find out, now everybody knows about this, that the 다정한부부, these couple are actually not legally married. They said they wish to be very soon, but because of financial troubles, they weren't able to have a proper wedding. And because the husband's family, because of this family disapproval, he could not get legally married, but he will soon. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that they are a legit real couple or not? They're faking it? My opinion is that this is not a normal romantic couple that you see or that you think of. I don't think they are a romantic physical attraction couple. They're very close roommates, if you know what I mean. You know, I don't think there's any romantic attraction here. They do call each other babe and 자기야 because that's kind of like what you're supposed to do if you're a couple. But I do think that this guy is confused, that he sees like a motherly figure or like a close partner as like the same thing. That's just what he sees it as. He doesn't really see a separation between like a female motherly figure and like a romantic partner, and he's comfortable with this probably. Unfortunately, they did decide to put themselves out on the internet, so they're going to have a lot of people criticize them, and you just have to deal with that if you are going to put yourself out on the internet. And that's exactly what happened to this very quiet small town couple, and they just probably didn't really know how to deal with the internet. Alright, next news that I really want to talk about was a woman returns to North Korea, her childhood town, after 60 years through virtual reality. We talked about similar case like this where a woman was able to visit her deceased daughter through virtual reality, and I thought that was super cool. So Miss Hyunmi is actually a very famous singer in South Korea, and she had a hard past just like almost all Koreans who are in their 80s and 90s and 100s right now. She has almost the same story as my grandmother and grandfather, so I can't wait to talk about this. But she says she fled Pyongyang, North Korea back when Korea was just one country when she was 13 years old, and that's when the whole war between North and South Korea happened. She fled with her parents and her other siblings, but she left her two siblings with her grandmother, never knowing that the border would be closed permanently, and it's been 70 years now since the border has been closed. And a lot of people back then did not know that the border was going to be closed for this long. They just thought, hey, next week, hey, maybe a month later, you know, just a little while later when the war is over, we'll be able to see your family again. And even my grandmother and my grandfather tells me their stories. When they were young, they were literally eating out of garbage. My grandma tells me the only thing she ate was 콩나물, bean sprouts, and she hates bean sprouts and she never eats them anymore because that's the only thing she was able to eat. You know, she says that she always saw people die in front of her because that was the normal life back then because there was a war. My grandfather also tells me about my great-grandfather, his father, that he was actually captured by a North Korean. Actually, a lot of men or families that disobeyed the law were the soldiers. They got captured and they were sent to death march, where they were forced to march for a couple days and they were just gonna be shot dead basically. He said like magic, like somehow like his rope actually untied and he was able to run and flee. The North Korean soldiers did fire back at my great-grandfather because it was middle of the night, they couldn't see. My great-grandfather just miraculously literally escaped, and he later found out that everyone he marched with died. They just shot fire and everyone died. So it was a really tough time for a lot of people back in the days. But anyway, North Korea and South Korea still till this day do these reunions where you could apply, and I believe by lottery, you could have your family met that you haven't seen in like 70 years. So Miss Ok was able to reunite with her sister, and the last time she's seen her sister was when she was 6. There's actually thousands and thousands of people who apply for this reunion, but only couple get chosen. And this reunion is only for about 48 hours until they will probably never see each other again. So there's a 3D design company that created a VR version of Miss Hyunmi's childhood home back in Pyongyang, North Korea, in hopes that she could visit her childhood home one last time. So she told the artist, you know, what the house looked like and how the streets and everything looked like back then. They created this whole thing for her, and she was just walking around her old childhood home, and she says that her childhood and her parents flashed in front of her eyes. Do you guys agree with this VR technology that we could bring back memories, bring back certain people? Maybe it's not for everybody, but I do think it's a great technology that we could use to bring back certain memories that we want to feel one more time before we go. If you guys had this VR technology, where would you go one last time? Let me know in the comments down below.
Why I think about you